Here is the moment I realized I wasn't failing. I was just living by someone else's values. Okay, so you already know I wanted to be successful as a coach, to grow, to thrive, to finally do it right. And I thought if I followed the models I saw, other business leaders, my husband, who is very successful, and all other super successful people who seem to have it all together. Only when I do it like them, then I would make it. But in reality, the harder I tried to do all the things like they did, the more I felt stuck. So, what I did is I compared myself constantly and always came up short. And the same happened this time when I was in this deep crisis. So, I compared myself and then I asked, why am I not interested in all these algorithms or social media? Why is it so hard for me to get all these smart business strategies? Why can't there be more like these business gurus or my husband who is very successful and strategic when he builds a business? Basically, why am I failing? So I felt like a failure. I thought, I'm a failure, a loser, and I will never be successful. So I kept measuring myself against my husband, against other coaches, against other successful people who seemed to have it all together. And every time I did, every time I compared myself, of course, I was less successful. I was slow, I was behind. Yeah, that was the story I basically told myself all the time. But now I knew already I need to slow down. And I did. And I reflected and I found myself so out of alignment. So I asked myself, where did I lose myself on the way? Because for me, misalignment, this icky feeling in your body, this is always an indicator for me that I wasn't authentic to myself. And that's what led me deeper. So I dug deeper and then values came to my mind, this huge topic. So I reviewed this. I went through my value work and I realized mm, actually being a businesswoman was never one of my highest values. Sharing from my heart, telling my own healing stories and my clients' healing stories, inspiring others to transform their lives. That's one of my highest values. So I realized I'd been carrying other people's values, not mine. And I thought they were mine. So I asked myself, why am I doing this? Where does it come from? And that's when I saw the pattern. Because as a child, I had learned that love was conditional on adopting someone else's values, especially my father's. So if I wanted to belong, I had to live by his rules, by his values, and not my own. And without even realizing it, I carried that pattern into adulthood. So when my husband thrived in his way, I thought I had to keep up with him and live by his rhythm and do it exactly like he does. Otherwise, I would fail. But that wasn't mine. And that's why it felt so hard because I was constantly doing things that were absolutely not my nature. And this time, instead of pushing harder, I reflected and I coached myself through it. I asked, what are actually my values? And I didn't know because it was so new for me to live by my values. And what I discovered was so freeing. My dream was solid. I wasn't failing. I had just been driving the wrong vehicle to get me there. It was like driving a heavy truck up a narrow mountain trail. And no wonder this feels exhausting and impossible because the truck wasn't built for my path. What I needed was a mountain bike, which is light, where I can easily go up this path, and it's exactly designed for this mountain path. So my dream was solid. I simply had to switch the vehicle I used to carry it, one that is perfect for my dream, for my path. So the fall wasn't a failure, it was just misalignment. I was just using someone else's map or vehicle to get there. But once I went back to do it aligned with my values, it suddenly felt so much lighter. And it was like now swimming with the stream instead of against it. So, my message for you, if your path feels heavy, it might be that you are living by someone else's values. So, try a quick value reset, pause and ask, whose values am I actually living by? Where did I lose myself? What are my values? And you can find this out when you look around in your life for clues. What's on your desk, on your nightstand? What is something no one ever has to remind you to do in your free time? So when you look around and you see a stack of books, it might point to learning, studying. Pictures of your kids might point to family. Your environment reveals what you actually care about. And those are your values. And when you realign with them, I promise the path feels lighter and you feel like swimming with the stream. If you found this video helpful, then please like it and don't forget to subscribe. It really supports my work and it helps me to reach even more people who might need this transformational work. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm sending you so much love and see you in the next video.